Today on Project Shop, we're going to be fixing a $671 screw up that I did that involves the high pressure oil pump and that torque wrench. So what started off as a quick and easy fix with a seal kit that I had, and I'll show the video where I was actually changing these seals. I was attempting to change the seal on this plug on the back of the high pressure oil pump, and I wind up stripping it out because of a couple reasons. But just to show you, this thing is by far the most expensive screw up that I've ever done in my life. I've never stripped anything like that before. And the reason why is, first of all, I started off my day with a bunch of negative energy. Someone totally put me off first thing in the morning. And then I had a bunch of people bothering me. And then my torque wrench here, which I've used many, many times, never had any issue, actually has two pieces. So you stick it in whichever size you're using. But as you can see this, I had it like this. And I didn't catch it. I wasn't thinking. I was rushing. So whenever you're dealing with anything expensive or anything at all, really, take your time. Don't let people bother you. I now know why when I used to work at Eddie's Restoration in New Jersey, he would always shut the door to keep people out from bothering them, talking in your ear, distracting you. Basically, I had that backwards, and instead of torquing it down, I was trying to take it off, you know. As you can see in the video, you'll see this sitting on the truck with that facing up. It should be this way. Torque wrench only works in one direction, obviously. So what was going on is I put it on there, I started torquing, and when I got to the point where I thought it should have been, it wasn't. And then I was about to stop, and then it leveled off. The torque leveled off. And anyone that's ever stripped a bolt, especially steel and aluminum, it gets to a point where the torque just stops torquing and it just feels like the same pressure the whole way. So that's what happened, and this is where we're at. So we're going to go ahead and change this out. And this truck has 480,000 miles, so the pump wasn't bad. Truck actually runs great, but you know, it probably wouldn't hurt to put a new one in, or I would have liked to have just gotten a rebuild kit, but this is where we're at. Okay, so we got it ready to go back in, and Ford was nice enough in the kit to give us some Loctite, this green stuff I've never seen before. And they actually, I wish they gave you a nice breakdown and instruction list with every part they give you. But anyway, we're gonna get this back in. I got my torque wrench out, set to 25 pounds. And we're gonna get that back in there and hopefully stop this leak. Okay, to get started, we're going to use my favorite pair of needle nose pliers and remove this hose. Then we're going to remove this, which I believe is a 1/2 inch. Then we're going to take this off, which is 5/8. Then these two lines down there are 9/16, and there's one more line right down there that's 3/4 inch. And then we're going to take all these, we're just going to clear this area out real quick and see where we're at. Oh, and that's what started this all. That was the seal I was trying to replace. As you can see, actually 3 years ago, that thing was leaking, and that's why I bought that seal kit. But I reached back there with a wrench, tightened it down. 3 years later, didn't even think about it. And well, now you know what happened. Okay, so I got a lot of that stuff cleared away. Got all that stuff off. Now, I just wanted to show you something I thought was kind of funny. Well, it's not funny, it's kind of crazy, but this is the injector pressure regulator, and it's missing the back. There's like 2 pieces missing, and this thing fires right up no problem. So I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully I can find them pieces in the valley. I'm pretty sure that's like a $150 part. So I don't know what to do with that. Okay, so I got them all off, and there was actually one more back here that is the outlet for this. This is the drain for the fuel bowl here. It just kind of pops off. So what I'm going to do now is loosen these, I believe they're 1/2-inch bolts, and this thing should come off. Okay, as you can see, I got it out. And quick note, this bolt came right out, but I was backing this one out with the quick wrench, and I almost got it stuck in there. I had to come in with another wrench and loosen the other bolt to get it out. But here's the oil filter housing, and I really wish I would have had a seal kit to rebuild this thing while it's out. I really hate taking things out and not thoroughly doing it. And also these seals right there on them lines I would like to replace, but it's probably 11:30 at night right now, and I got to be somewhere tomorrow, so I'm hoping to get all this done and it not leaking. So we're gonna go ahead and see what it's gonna take to get this high pressure oil pump out. 2 high pressure lines off, and I actually had to take the one off. Here's one of them. And basically, there's a special tool for this. I didn't have it, so what I used is this little funny looking hammer that I had that I have no idea where it came from. And I just stuck it in there, and this one popped right out, no problem. Came right out. This one here, which goes back down in there, the plastic was all messed up before I even started. Let's see if I can get it to focus. And this thing, see this thing, when you put that in there, that basically just pushing that down. This thing might be screwed. I don't know if I'll be able to finish tonight. But that is what it hooks to. And then what I did is I had to back that out to get this off, and I took it apart up here. But this is part of that seal kit. See the seal right there that I was originally trying to fix on the back of the high pressure pump. And this is, I guess, a check valve was down in there. So just be mindful of that if you have to take that out. This one's getting put back as a core, so we're gonna go ahead and take this plate off the front now. And there's I think it's 1 1/8" bolt in there, and that thing is actually connected to the crank. So we're gonna have to put a big wrench on the crank, and then there are, let's see, right back here, I believe it's maybe 10 millimeter. We'll see here in a second to pull that off. Okay, so it looks like before I take that plate off, I'm gonna have to take this line off, and I already put my wrench on it. It is a 5/8 inch. Okay, to take that off, it's actually going to take 2 wrenches because it's kind of bending the bracket. It's a 9/16 and a 5/8, and it's really tight in there. As you can see, I'm dealing with this fan, so just be careful not to break anything and take your time. Okay, I got it off. Now we're going to take them 2 bolts off, and they are actually 8 millimeter. So this whole time we were on standard, and now we're shifting over to metric, which I really don't understand why they do things like that. It doesn't make sense. Just stick to one standard. Make things easier for people. Driving everybody crazy with this crap. Okay, I got it off, and immediately I noticed a whole bunch of goop. So I don't know if that's factory or someone's been there before, but anyway, if you can see down in there, we got to take that bolt off. And there's a washer in there that we got to make sure we get out. Now, some people say that could fall down in the block, but I don't think it's going. I don't think it can make it down in there. So at this point, I'm pretty sure we might have to hook onto the harmonic balancer, and because that's going to turn. So we're going to take that out, see where we're at. Okay, so that's an 18 millimeter, and they say you're supposed to put a wrench on the harmonic balancer, but I just went ahead and put my long ratchet on there and just cracked it real quick, and it just broke it right free. Now I'm probably going to have to when I go to torque that down, put the wrench on the harmonic balancer, but we'll get there when we get to that point. We'll deal with that issue. Well, we got another issue here. See, now it's hitting this. I'm probably gonna have to take this out. Okay, so I got it out. That's the bolt and the washer. Now I didn't have to take that coolant thing off. What I did is I just ran it back in a little bit, got the socket out of there, and took it out by hand. Now, there's 2 bolts back here. One is right there, and the other one you can't see, but I do have the socket on it. They're 10 millimeter. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out, and this thing should come out. Okay, I just want to say I went ahead and put my bigger ratchet and an impact on there, because that, man, those little 10 millimeters were tight, and I was afraid that the other socket was giving too much. So just be careful not to strip them, because I don't know how you'd get that out if you did. Okay, I got the 2 10 millimeter bolts out, and I think it's loose. Let's see if I can't just reach down in there. Oh yeah, it's loose, but let's see. It's coming a little bit. No. Okay. Maybe we gotta try some pry bar. Okay, she is out, and she has been in there a long time. Took a little bit of wiggling to get it out, but I'm still shocked that the bolt came off of this and the pieces were laying down in there. I still haven't found the bolt, but I did find a little spacer that was there. And then let me see if I can get a video of this. So we're gonna clean all that up, and since it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm pretty much done. So, and also I decided I'm gonna go get them seals, because that one's kind of separated. I'm not even gonna try. I'd hate myself if I tried to put all this back together without replacing them. And let's grab this real quick. I'm gonna see if I can't get a seal kit for that. Might as well, since it's out. And I'm probably gonna replace these. And then there's actually a crossover that this truck doesn't have. I'm gonna look into getting that too. Might as well, since all this crap is out. So I am signing off for the night, and see you tomorrow. Okay, I couldn't resist. Before I call it a night, I had to pull this out and take a look. And as you can see, those threads are cooked. There you go. So, let's see down in there. So, I couldn't for the life of me figure out where that bolt went for that injector sensor. And then look at this, cake down in there and all kinds of crud. That just shows you how long that thing has been working without this nut on there.